on your DSTV. My name is Lama Lee Moon, and she is...
Rich Mode, darling.
Yes. Ekse_live is our Twitter handles. On Facebook, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Okanye bawufuna on YouTube, it's Ekse on Cape Town TV. Today is the last Thursday of the month. It is International TB Day. So bonke abantu are affected by TB, Pilani, and those who are friends and families of those people, please support and encourage them to get well.
Listen, our number to dial for the show is 021-448-0448. So do the right thing and call us on the show today and interact with us. And our hashtag for today is hashtag Thursday Thoughts. So go into social media at Ekse_live on Twitter and let us share our Thursday thoughts for today. We'll be doing this from now 4 p.m. till 5 p.m. So we do promise you nothing but a great show. We have a live audience today. I'm so excited about this one. But also, we'll be chatting to a representative from the Department of Community Safety. Let us know more about the safety elements within our community, specifically within the Western Cape. We'll also be chatting to someone from the CASE organization, and they are all about ending violence and trauma within our community. So it's all things, traumatic and how to combat those traumatic experiences.
Speaking of safety and crime, there's a quote by Nelson Mandela who once said, "When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw." So maybe that's why there's crime out there, but I encourage babenze crime, but when they are denied those rights, then are low crime. And speaking of crime, Crime Stats South Africa, Cape Town Central leads the way with crime with more than 15,000 crimes reported. Mitchells Plain, and then Mitchells Plain leader by 11,382, and then East Stellenbosch is the third in line with 8,119, followed by Inyanga with 7,943, and last Simonstown with 691 cases reported. Oh no, the last one, Agumnandi Kempsbay, 806 here in Cape Town.
Listen, I would like to ask this question, and I think I would like to put it to the panel as well today. Why is it that our black communities and colored communities are, have so much crime within them? And I think we're about to answer that question on today's show, so do stay tuned.
Which side do you want to...
I think you must go that side.
Okay. Well, joining us today is Mr. Trevor Wingrove, who's a director of community safety, and he's going to be telling us what his department is doing to combat crime. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, and I'm glad to be here today. Thank you for inviting me also.
We oblige. What is the role of the Department of Community Safety?
Firstly, let me say every government department has a legislative mandate. Every department must operate within a mandate. So our mandate we get from Section 206 of the Constitution.
Which is what?
Which gives us the right to oversight over police. Because policing is a national competency, as you know. However, our department is also driven by 3 strategic objectives that we developed ourselves, and that is to promote professional policing, number one. And we do that by exercising our oversight function. And also we want to establish viable safety partnerships in our communities and establish safe public spaces. So that is the 3 core elements on which we base our business.
Would you say that is working so far?
It is, indeed it is working in terms of our role, our mandate. One can argue that if you look at the crime stats, it's very difficult to say, to gauge the success rate. But in terms of our mandate, we do believe that is the right way to go.
Is there such a thing like Enienza as a department, instead of fighting crime, you prevent crime? Is there such a thing that you help the community not to become criminals, but become something?
Absolutely. That is the lack of viable partnerships. Because we do realize that we cannot achieve this on our own. And we need partners in our community. And that is the crime prevention element, is to establish viable safety partnerships with the communities out there.
Mr. Trevor, I'd just like to ask, what is the role of community policing, and how is it different to the normal state policing that we all are aware of?
Community policing is a concept.
Okay.
And because we do realize that communities need to take ownership of the policing function in the area where they live. And the Constitution also says that we do need community policing, and that is the reason why there are now legislation whereby certain community structures can be formed. For example, your community police forum is established in terms of the SAPS Act. And because they are a legislative organization, they also derive their functions, their responsibilities from that particular act. So in essence, that partnership is referred to as community policing.
And if one wants to get involved and be part of, securing the community, how does one get to be part of the community policing mandate?
There are various levels that one can get involved in. Of course, we want to encourage our young people to become involved in, for example, neighborhood watch structures. But it can even start, get involved in your church. Get involved in your church youth structures. Get involved in the sports clubs that's available in your community. Because all these things are interlinked. Once you find you become involved in your community structures, before you know it, you will be involved in your neighborhood watch, in your community police forum, because these structures are all interlinked. So from our department side, we really want to encourage the youth out there, become involved. Because our youth say they are idle, but there are so many things to get involved with in your community.
It's needless to say that guns are the weapon of choice when it comes to gangs, people who rob people. So now you've got an initiative that rewards people who report illegal firearms. Can you tell us about that initiative that you've just put in motion as the department?
Yes, thank you. This initiative was launched by our Minister, Alan Winde. And you are correct when you say that the guns out there's a scourge of guns, illegal firearms. And it is contributing to the violent nature of the crime. So our project is based on encouraging the community to report any illegal gun that you are aware of. So we from our side will report that to SAPS, and SAPS will do the investigation. And once SAPS find the illegal gun that you have, for example, reported to us, and SAPS will then confirm to the department they found an illegal firearm based on your information. The firearm has been booked into the register at a particular police station, and based on that information, we will reward you with 10,000.
How safe am I as a whistleblower? Can I do this anonymously?
Absolutely. Absolutely anonymously. The only people that will know your identity are the people that work for community safety. So if there are any leakage, we will know how many people dealt with that information, and we will then launch our own internal investigation.
I think it's time for us to get the panel within the discussion, and I just want to ask you, anyone can take this one. Have you guys seen the benefit of community policing, and how has it impacted your communities? Has it had maybe some form or shape of impact? Anyone?
So where I stay, for example, I stay in
Okay.
So now there, you'd find that sometimes there are community neighbor watch meetings, and then in terms of the community, the awareness is not there because we are unaware of when such meetings occur. So in terms of them letting the people know, how about do they go? How do they do that?
I would presume you are referring now to the CPF, Community Police Forum. Now the CPF, as I've already indicated, they are a statutory body. So one of their core functions is to improve the relationship between the community and the police, right? So the CPF is the one that is responsible to advertise that meeting, to invite people to that meeting. So we have introduced a project, if I can refer it like that, as the Expanded Partnership Program. So we went and we looked, what are the core functions of CPFs? And we gave them then performance indicators. So for example, we will tell them you need to have one community meeting per quarter. And then we will monitor that. So that is to encourage CPFs, because as a department, our core responsibility is to ensure that every CPF is functional. And we will even reward them, we will pay them if they exercise their duty.
If every CPF is functional, because we have disturbing stats starting from Cape Town Central, and then it goes to Stellenbosch, and then it's Nyanga. When you look at Simonstown and Camps Bay, they are below the list of high crimes. So why are these community policing forums, Are they active differently? What is the other forum doing better than the other?
I think once again it's an issue of resources. Right? The CPFs in your more affluent areas, we do acknowledge they are more active. The CPFs in your poorer communities are less active. However, we do focus on those CPFs to make them more functional. So we will give them more attention, we will interact more with them, we will attend their meetings where we will advise them where are they doing wrong, how can they improve, who should be at the meeting, what are the type of discussions that they should have with the meetings. And every CPF meeting should take place at the police station, at the local police station.
Any question here from the panelists? Yes.
My question is, I live in an area which is predominantly okay middle class, and I want to know, because what happens in my area with the community watch that's there is that they become almost biased. Like if you're not from this area, you automatically assumed to be some kind of criminal, and then maybe you watch out for someone that's not supposed to do, that's not going to do anything. What I really want to know is there a process that help people to join this group, where, like, who qualifies to look after the area? Because ordinary people become biased or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Can I just say that we realized that problem, I will say 5 years ago. And in 2013, we published the Community Safety Act. And the Western Cape province is the first province that have this kind of act, where that particular function of oversight is legislated. So in that particular act, we have put a definition, what constitutes a neighborhood watch. And there are various forms of neighborhood watches. Some call themselves patrollers, some call themselves street committees, whatever it be. But we said we need to identify what constitutes a neighborhood watch, what are their functions, and what can they do and what can't they do. So a neighborhood watch can only execute, for example, a citizen's arrest, which everyone can do. But they cannot prohibit anyone from entering into a particular area, for example. So we are in the process of accrediting neighborhood watches. And that accreditation process goes hand in hand with the training of neighborhood watches in terms of their core functions.
Now there is a policing complaints center. What is the role of that center?
Can I also say that complaints, when we established the Kailicha Commission, that was an example of how frustrated a community can become when their complaints are not taken seriously. And then we had to establish the Kailicha Commission, which costed the province around 17 million rand. But we were prepared to do that because we want to show the community we take your complaint seriously. And for that purpose, we have also established an ombudsman. And we are also the first and only province that has a police ombudsman that will investigate all police complaints. I must stress, however, that relate to service delivery complaints, because that is the mandate. So all complaints are referred to the ombudsman. And there is a number that I have given, it's 021-483-0669, where everyone can lodge a complaint against the police.
Earlier on, you said the reason why Kukoi differences between certain areas is lack of resources. Now, here it says with the department's budget allocation increasing with a nominal of 4.99% to 359 million from 342 million during the year of 2018-2019 financial year. Could you tell us more about the thinking behind that and where are all these allocations going to be?
Yes. In real terms, there was an increase of 13% in our budget. The 4.9% relates to our adjusted budget. But in real terms, we have received an increase of 13% in our budget for the 1920 financial year. The core expenditure will be on neighborhood watches. It will be in our partnership with faith-based organizations. It will be with the CPFs, where we will continue to strengthen CPFs through the expanded partnership program. And we will continue to do that Those are our core functions. I'm not sure who of you, for example, has heard about the Chrysalis Academy. That is a flagship youth development program, and we will continue for the current financial year that will end tomorrow. Is we have invested 13.327 million in the Chrysalis Academy. For the next financial year, we will invest 14.167 million. That is a flagship youth development program, and we have many other provinces that come and to do, and I always want to say a best practice oversight visit of the Chrysalis program. So in essence, that is where we will continue to spend our money.
Honestly, how safe are you as a neighborhood watch personnel? You're not a policeman, you do not have a firearm. How do you defend your community or yourself when you're in danger?
We encourage all neighborhood watchers to link to their local police station. Before any neighborhood watch go out on patrol, they should inform their police station.
Yeah.
We are patrolling from this time to that time. These are the areas where we will patrolling. So that whenever there's an incident, they can phone the sector police commander, who will respond immediately, because the incident will happen in a specific area. And they will have informed the police station know they're out on patrol. So any incidents can then immediately be reported.
Okay, let me understand. I just want to understand better. You as a neighborhood watch, you are not doing anything that will put yourself in harm. You are watching, and when you see, you report.
Correct.
That's your role.
That's right.
Okay.
A question over here.
Hi, Mr. Trevor. I'd like to know, why does the police keep on failing the communities, especially in the black communities? Because you'd find that if in an instance where maybe there was a house breaking, you'd go to the police and you'd report the crime. However, you have to go back again the following day, maybe, to go and get them again while they are chilling at the police station. What is the cause of that?
Yeah. That is a typical example of a service delivery complaint. You did not receive good service at the police station. That is a typical complaint that you will report to the Ombudsman. Can I just say, we also have a project that we call the Watching Brief Project. And through this Watching Brief Project, we will follow certain cases in court. And once a particular case is struck from the roll, we will establish what was the reason for that. And we will report that to the National Prosecuting Authority and to the police. And we will demand that they give us an explanation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Trevor. I'm from the Department of Community Safety, and if you have any questions for him, we'll forward them to him. It's Ekse on Cape Town TV on Facebook. Join us when we return right here on Ekse. Thank you very much for the job you're doing for the Mr. Kim.
Thank you very much.
Thursday and welcome back, you darlings there at home. Thank you once again for tuning in. This is your favorite show. It is Ekse right here on Cape Town TV. You know, the thing to do is to go on social media right now and using our hashtag Thursday Thoughts, let us know your thoughts that you are having this Thursday. And I'd like to read some of them that you've sent through to us on the show. We do have Alnod Flame saying, never leave home without a kiss, a hug, and I love you. Hashtag Thursday Thoughts. And then we also have Pantu Pakati. You guys have those very cool handles. But this one says, leadership is about vision and responsibility, not power. Hashtag Thursday Thoughts. And then we have this one from Arwid_13 saying, when you are happy, you enjoy the music. When you're sad, you understand the lyrics. Hashtag Thursday Thoughts. But right now, though, it's time for us to understand Case a little bit more. So Case strives to break the cycle of violence in communities inflicted by years of trauma, and various projects and techniques implemented to transform the community through the development of community members, creating a positive cycle of healthy individuals, families, and communities. Please help me welcome on the yellow couches, we have Joderick Veldman and Roderick and Stefan Mento, that is.
Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, I didn't expect that. Thank you very much, guys. Have you ever thought of taking a career on radio? You've got a voice for radio.
Yeah, not actually.
Case FM, maybe.
So you say I don't have the face, the voice.
You would have been a television presenter if you did. By the way, I want to find out, how is CASE structured? What is CASE's model?
Yeah, the organization is structured with many different departments,
Yes.
right? We have a literacy and face, and we have aftercare. We do have the counselors and the lay counselors and social auxiliary workers. And then we have the Youth in Action program, and of course the men's project as well. So we are looking at, when we look at the community, we try and cover the basis of the whole family in the organization.
You'd find that men are the, I'm not saying females are not capable of committing crime, but men, stats prove that they are the people who commit crime the most. So how do you not wait for a young boy to become a man before you teach them that, no, this is wrong? Do you speak to young boys to teach them to become better men?
Yes, we have actually, a couple of years back, we formed a group called the Young Peaceful Warriors. And this group was in primary schools, boys between the ages of 10 and 15. So, because what we understood to be is that the quicker we get into their mindsets and change their thinking of how men should operate and how they should treat women and their peers, the better it would be for us when they become 16 and 17. So we have in schools, we have the Young Peaceful Warriors, and we also have a group called the Girl Power. Because what we are saying, if a girl grows up without a male figure that is a trademark of how she can judge, né? And then we as men, we must model a different man to women. And if they don't have fathers or brothers that are positive, then at least they've got some male to look at and say, I would like to have a man in my life that is like Jodri, with the manners that he has, and he's helping other people, and he's a gentleman in the community. So if they don't have that, then how can they choose a proper husband?
Jodrick, you could have been a DJ at 169 in Long Street, or chasing after girls Mowbray, or whatever, playing soccer and stuff like that, but you chose to be a youth leader, CASE. What informed that decision?
I actually started at one of the first youth, so we started in 2004. Yeah, we worked as a relationship. We work with kids in the community as well. We work with little ones. So I've seen kids growing up being gangsters. I've been there. I've seen the drug addicts all walking the street. And I told myself I don't want to follow in their footsteps because I can see how it's gonna end up. So I joined CASE in 2004 when I was in grade 10 at Mount View High School. So I developed myself in programs, awareness, go on camps, and I became assistant youth leader in 2011 after I matriculated. So that was they always keep motivating me, and especially a lady I've worked with, Lane Benjamin, she always motivated me, and also there was also youth also that motivated me. So that is the role in my community as well.
I would like to know what would you say to any young person who would like to get involved in such projects? What is the importance of being involved in community projects as a young person to uplift yourself and to grow yourself?
As we have worked in our community as well, especially in Nova Park, we always see in the high schools kids, the grade 7s or the grade 7s always go until grade 9, but they never reach the potential to get to matric. But they always give up because the stuff that has been given to them is too much to actually to focus and to memorize those memories. But in our organization, also working as a youth leader, you must never give up, always focus. There was a chance when I said, no, I'm not going to do this because this is too much stress on me, because I'm working with little kids, the kids is coming with their problems. So it's good to listen to them, as they always say, it's always to talk with a lot of people in a section, and to say that you can broaden the whole potential of group of participants. But they always say, once you speak to a lot of people, always one person you will change the mind or the mindset of that person. So I never gave up. I'm doing the community work I've always been doing. I've been doing this for 16 years now. So I'm still going strong.
Speaking of Nova Park, we always see this in the media, taxi violence, taxi did this, taxis did that. Is Case engaging anyhow with taxi associations?
There's not actually taxi violence per se in Hanover Park. What is happening in Hanover Park is that the taxis are being hijacked and robbed by the gangsters, right? And as far as Case is concerned, we work on the early prevention,
Yeah.
right? So we don't engage directly with a gangster to go and tell him, look here, brother, you must stop this nonsense of
Yeah.
yours. What we try and do is we try to break the cycle.
Okay.
So we take the players out of the game. We take that youngster that can be recruited by the gangster. We recruit him. And we say, come and do something positive in your community. Become a citizen instead of somebody that is standing out there just to have handouts. So we tweak the mindset and say that, as Jordi was quoting and saying here, is that you are a leader not for tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
You are a leader today. Start thinking like a leader today. Because you will be a better person tomorrow if you start with your leadership skills today.
Is there room for Case to work with an organization that could rehabilitate those who are already gangs, because you're working and preventing young people from becoming gangsters, but some of them have already fallen into that trap? So is there room for Case to work with?
Yeah, sure. We get referrals from our the hospital.
Yeah.
We get referrals from drug rehabilitation centers. At the moment, there is a plan. It's not actually there yet, but we want people to sort of we want to be the net when people come out of prison. And we want to, when they want to be reintroduced into the community, that we can, the soft skills, people, they don't see the value of soft skills, but manners and saying good morning and greeting people and the way you speak and thank you. Those kind of skills is the things that can bring you through in life.
Yeah.
So that is our focus, to get people back into community, to get the community to understand each other, to have the mother, the father, the brother, the sister, all on one page where we can work together as a family unit. To let people understand that a man, rightly we are accused, not accused, we take the blame for a lot of crime. That's a fact, but we can change.
I would like to know, you work in Hanover Park, but are there any other areas that you particularly focus on? Before I give it to the panel, is there other areas that you particularly focus on within the Western Cape or South Africa at large as Case?
We focus our focus is currently in Hanover Park, but we've been working in Levendale and in Menenberg as well. We train volunteers in Levendale and in Menenberg who went under, even though now they even start their own organization, even working with communities within Hanover Park, boys, challenge youth, also marriage, we have problem with their marriage. We've trained them, but currently we're just in Hanover Park now.
Okay, we have a question from one of our panelists here.
My name is Sonke. I would like to know, how do you recruit other communities to join the Case? It's very interesting.
What we do is we go into a community and we connect with the community-based organizations there, because they are the best guys on the ground to know what is happening in Levendale and know what is happening in Menenberg. Then we offer them a package and say, look, we can train you up. People that are interested in working in the field of men, people that want to work with kids in the aftercare, people that want to work as lay counselors. We then come and we do training with them. When they are done training, we will send them back to their organizations, because that is where they've got to go back, and whatever they have been taught or whatever advice has been given, that they've got to plow it back into their own communities. We living in Hanover Park, we can deal with Hanover Park better than anybody else.
Yeah.
But those guys in Lavender and Menenberg, they know where the guys are, who the guys are, what challenges they have. Although they are similar, but there is small differences in those challenges as well. So we recruit from inside the areas, from the NGOs there, and then we train them up to do the type of work that we are doing.
Question from another panelist.
My name is Tina. What I should ask is this organization for the youth only, children, for men, or is it for boys, not for girls?
We okay. We have different departments. As Steven mentioned, he's the men's group department. I'm the youth, and we also got the face and literacy program that work with literacy kids from the primary school. Then we have our auxiliary workers as well. That is trained auxiliary workers that was recruited. Firstly, there was volunteers in the community that work at the various primary schools in Nova Park. So this is for everyone. We've broadened, as Steven mentioned, we have girl power camps. We started at the level that if you are the literacy program, the FACE program, actually you worked with the literacy, your case already. So once you read the girl power and the peaceful warriors, you're in that case program already. Then you reach grade 7. Then we have the mediators that we work with, the prefects in grade 7s. Then you reach high school. Then I grabbed you as a youth leader. Then you're still in the program as case. So continuously we accommodate everyone, each person from the grade ones until in matric, until you are finished with school.
Can I just add on to what Jodrik is saying? Even in my men's project, when we started off, we were a men's project, but we have moved into mentoring. And in my project at the moment, I've got 90 plus members who gather every Monday evening at Mountville High School. But the membership age is from 10 years old up to my age. I'm not going to say how old I am. Right? But Andy is young girls, and my daughter is also part of the men's mentoring project. And because, like I was saying earlier on, how can I teach a young man to behave properly towards a girl when there's no girl around for me to monitor and for him to be trained how to manage and how to greet and how to speak and how to interact with a young lady. I can teach him here for 2 hours. No ladies here. He goes home. When there's ladies there, the dynamics change.
Okay. I think our panelist is very excited and is burning with questions. We have another one over here.
Yeah, hi guys, how are you? My name is Daniel. I just want to ask a question. What is your signature as an organization case to mold young upcoming young people? What is your signature? To say as a case, this is our product. As a case, this is our work. As a case, this is this is our development. In people or in youth.
I think, my brother, I think that what we do is to change the mindset. That's our main aim. Because if you change the mindset, you change the behavior. And if the behavior change, you get a different character. So what we do with young people is to teach them the soft skills from the beginning. Yes, please, thank you, and all that kind of stuff. Respect your elders. Respect yourself. Hygiene. Choose proper friends. Have fun while you are learning. Appreciate nature. So we have camps, right? Our program go and we have a camp, and we take young people and old people up to Table Mountain and into the mountains, and people of 60 years old have never been on top of Table Mountain. We take them there and we hike up there. But like you're saying, what we try to do is to change the mindset, brother.
So okay, I've got 2 questions for you and for Jodrik. Who was your Stephen when you were young? Because I just want to find out, how did you get this right? How did you get your thank you, your please? How did you get to treat young ladies when you were still 18? Because you're not 18 now. And then, Jodrik, do you have any success stories? What are the examples that case could say, oh, this is our trophy, look at our work? So who was your Stephen back then?
Yeah, brother, my dad died when I was 5 years old. And I'm saying this on television now. Nah? I was uncontrollable, right? My mom could not handle me, and I had to move to my uncles. So I was a very bad boy when I was young. I realized that I was out of control when I looked at my family structure, and I became a member of the CASE program. I was also in the program before I became the head of the. I've had my uncles around me, right? Upstanding young men. When they were young, they're still alive. And of course, my pillar of strength was my mother. She's still alive, 94, right? And I was telling Jordan the other day, I can't remember if my mother ever beat me.
Yeah.
Because she was somebody that could teach you and guide you as to
The
why.
way you held that fist, I thought she might Tyson you.
So my role model basically in my life, one of them was, of course, my mother.
Yeah.
Then I had my uncles around me. And then there was other men who was not part of my family, but my friends' fathers, who guided me to know what is the right thing to do and what is not so popular to do.
Jay, who are you bragging about?
Yeah, I can brag about myself, but I will not do that. We have success stories. The youth that we are recruiting from the high schools, currently we have 40 youth and still developing. So from that youth that we recruit, that we work with for 3 years, once they reach matric, most of them have reached the top 10 students within the high schools. So that is one of the success stories that we also do. And also we got one youth leader that is part of the presidential award as well. She was the gold participant in the presidential award. She's been traveling around with the presidential award program as well. So that is one of the Sandra Schlinger, so that is one of our success stories as well.
Okay, now when somebody wants to shout help to Case, how do they get hold of you?
On our website is www.case.za.org, or they can email our admin office at admin.case.za.org, or they can call us on 021-691-7066 or 78.
I think it's very important that you get to share your journeys as well, so that if someone is going through that specific struggle, that they can see that there's a way out. So I think it's absolutely amazing. But we have another question from our studio panelist.
Just a quick question regarding, because I heard you said that you guys are focusing on the youth who go for the kid instead of the gangsters. Now, if you're not taking care of the gangsters, who is? That's my only question.
There is various organizations in Hanover Park, right? We have organizations like Ceasefire, we have the CPFs, we have neighborhood watchers, and we have the police forums and people who's on their panels that are skilled and trained up to negotiate with people that are violently inclined. Our focus is to stop the young man from going there. We want to change that mindset before he gets there. Yes, we do have the gangster son in our programs. We have the gangster's daughter in our girl power. We teach them and try to stop them from having the same thinking that bling bling and fast cars and money is that. We want to turn them around. Yes, up till now, we have been blessed that none of our members have become a victim of violence. Although we work in an overpark and they're shooting on a daily basis, hijackings and all that stuff that really happens there. But because we are modeling a different behavior, those gangsters, and some of them unfortunately come out of our programs and has fallen through the cracks. So Jodrick is quite well known amongst the youngsters, and even I myself, we can walk through an overpark. And we hope that by cutting off the supply line, that we can start curbing the violence that is happening in an overpark.
Okay, now this
A round of applause for that.
is the supply line that we're cutting off now. We're going straight to an ad break. We're going to be back.
Oh yeah!
The most even having show in Mzansi. We go by the name of Ekse Live. Should you wish to follow us, you can do that on Facebook. It's Ekse on Cape Town TV. On Twitter, it's Ekse_live. The number to dial 021-448-0448. If you want to watch any of our episodes on YouTube, we are Ekse on Cape Town TV. Or if you wish to be part of the studio audience, or you've got a skill, you're talented, you want to be on stage, you want to dazzle us with your talent.
Be a darling.
And be a darling. You can email us at ekse@capetowntv.org. Our hashtag for the day is hashtag
Thursday Thoughts.
Yes.
And you've been sending those tweets coming in, and we're very, very much excited about that. And I'll be reading some of those for you today. So we have Unaom Kumunto saying, life is short to hate anyone, so please do forgive them. Love someone, smile often, and do everything that makes you happy. Hashtag Thursday Thoughts. We have this one coming from Utembi at Tembi NDW saying, those who look down on your way up, you will need them on your way down. Hashtag Thursday Thoughts. Then this one is from The Art of Living saying, there's nothing that love cannot transform. Accommodate people and see they will be transformed. Hashtag Thursday Thoughts. Hashtag we have the coolest studio audience in studio.
The command we've got. The command we've got. Steve, how valuable is it abantu abayang to participate in Neighborhood Watch?
I think for me, something which I could learn from especially the last two guys from Mukesne, I think it starts with youth lando. It's about time that we get up to ourselves and start working within our own communities, because we are sitting here watching the other people do things with our communities, and we're not taking anything kubo and try the same thing with the community. So in terms of Ilanduza, to refer back to your question now, when it comes to Ilanduza neighborhood watch, there are two old people with neighborhood watches and is born leyo. You understand? I don't know whether the youth are scared of joining or it's not for us. Because the moment we are speaking that term, but it's not for us, I feel we are siyaz Cooper. You understand? The most is Cooper, the most is Abugela Kute, and then these things are gonna keep on occurring.
Babalwa, sorry for you. Angabe neighborhood watch Google to Zanda. Okay, how is that? I know Diabuza because Zangen Daibona. How is that working out for the community of Crooks?
I think it is working out in Google too, especially like section 2 and also section 1. They are visible, especially like I think they start around about 6 when it starts getting dark, since it's winter now. It's working out well because they do get hold of criminals, and what's nice about it, they post them on Facebook. There's actually a Facebook page.
Like a mug shot?
Yes. If you get caught with anything, whether you stole a TV or cell phone or anything, they would post you on that group, and like other people would know that person. So that's what's nice about it.
I think I'd like to just know, Wuti, if there are these forums, if there is the SACP, if there is all these organizations, why ingapeli crime? What is happening? More than just us looking at Wuti, there's forums, there's organizations. What's the problem? Why is crime not ending?
I think I'd go back. Sorry, Daniel. I'll go back to my first point when I asked that, Mr. Trevor, when he was here. Our policemen are failing us because it starts with them. You do not just they arrest people, but then they are after bribes. If you bribe them, you'll get away with it. So it needs to end from one.
Daniel?
I think there's a lot of work need to be done. When it comes to crime, otherwise crime understand?
By whom? A lot of work by whom? By the government? By us?
I think
the media?
Must with government, understand? asinike nathi opportunity thina sintoni sizi-communities, understand, into yoba ngabana sithathe umthetho ngokwethu ezandleni zethu, not uba ngabana sibulala abantu school, understand, but sithathe umthetho ngokwethu to make ii-rules zethu zethu, understand, uba ngabana ku-area ethile ayizukwenzeka into ethile, understand, akazusuka umntu angapha kula area afika azokwenza into ethile apha kule area, siyazana kule area and siyamatu ongenguwalapha owenza izinto because into enzayo ngokuyakwazi umuntu usuka kwenye area azomosha kule area uthemba uba ngabana ubana akazukwaziyo, you understand.
Okay.
So thina we need to make ii-rules ngokwethu sibone uba ngabana senza kanjani, is either siyavala sibe ne-main entrance yokungena nokuphuma qha, you understand.
So doesn't that hinder the right of movement? Because as a South African, I have a right to go anywhere I want to go.
Yes, that's why ndisitsho into yoba ngabana siyazana ne funeke sikwazi into yoba ngabana wena uze kubani
Uzothini
Uzothini
apha. Okay,
apha,
cool.
understand?
Yeah.
You understand?
High walls like Constantia.
Yeah.
Camps Bay,
Yes,
darling.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the point of kind of question, yeah.
Now in my place, I never saw any neighborhood watch, and crime is very, very high. A month ago, endlini kwaRodwa, around 1 p.m. emini, amapolisa afika ngabo late. Sekudala yenzekile this robbery. So I think if in my community can be some sort of awareness about these forums, it can help because I never saw any.
I nami kwalanga zange nayibona.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Bafuna into yoba ngabana when it comes kuthi abantu babanjiwe betshiswa bebethwa, you understand, ayibikho right laa nto, understand.
Yeah.
Bukela umzali umntanam nangu uyatshiswa uyabethwa wenziwa le nto, understand.
Yeah.
But ke ngoku izenzo zakhe umnyana wakho wena, you understand,
Nawe uyamazi.
uyamazi, you understand. Indlela yokuba ngabana umqoqo awukwazi ukumqoqa wona kuqala, so thina siyi-community we know ukuthi uba ngabana senza kanjani when ikhamba kwisehlo sinje besaba ngabana simtshise simbulale.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also blame abazali. Abazali have huge impact kwabantwana babo that are criminals because bayabafihla. Instead of I know ibuhlungu awufuna umntana wakho uyi-disappointment endlini, but be honest, be truthful to your community. Ngokumazi umntana wakho uyamosha, sumfihla. It starts with the parents again.
Starts with the parents, it starts with you right there at home and
Yeah.
taking the initiative and saying, you know, I am responsible for what is happening within myself and around myself. So today's show was very informative.
Very informative.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we're taking a different stride. Open mic is hitting us one more time between 4 and 5. So make sure that you tune in because they've got a stellar show for you. Don't miss it. What did you learn?
What I learned is that it starts from a young age, you know, starts from the foundation phase. And I think once we were able to solve that, then perhaps the change, it might not happen today or tomorrow, but initially and eventually it will happen.
Then men will stop being trash.
What did you learn, Lava?
I learned that I'm a beautiful presenter and this is a music video that you need to watch. Do enjoy and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, darling.
Bye-bye.